Hey up and welcome to another Confident Club Cuppa. Hello Curly.
Hello everybody, hello Steve.
Where are we up to in the book then?
My favourite topic today,
Yeah.
dogs.
Okay.
Dogs, I'm a dogaholic. The title says, don't stop being an unthinking dog. And the quote to avoid says, if dogs could talk, it would take a lot of fun out of owning one.
That may well be the case, but Pavlov, we've all heard of Pavlov. If you
Yeah.
don't, go Google the experiment. He did this experiment, he got some dogs. Did tell people, go, what breed were they, Steve? I don't know, poodles, right? And the expert thought, I wonder if I can create what's often called a conditioned response inside this dog's neurology, Curly,
Yeah.
such that I can control its behaviour outside of its conscious awareness, right? And that's what he did, right? Stimulus
So
response.
scientists have every morning.
But the point is, the good news struck, bad news is we're dogs too, right?
Yeah.
Which we 100% prove, do we not, on our workshop,
We
right?
certainly do, yes.
So the first point I would make about this step is, what things are firing you into either a really unresourceful state, like for example, if anybody watching this, just stop now and I've booked you to speak at a conference to 10,000 people in a football stadium. Or if you're a professional speaker like my mates, yeah, right? So we know that a classic stimulus for a lot of people is you've got to give a presentation, right?
Yes.
So that's the first point to make. Notice, become conscious of what fires you into a negative state. Usually it's a negative one with presentations. And what can you do to create a positive one? One key example will be, have I ever said, Curly, that I've run a marathon?
For a while.
Right. So any time I do all that, when I just find myself walking down the street and it's a nice day and I feel great, that I'd do as well. Naturally occurring resourceful mood state, or some big achievement like I've just done a great presentation, for example, or in my case just completed London Marathon. I have two ways to keep that state for future use, right? Stimulus response. One is like a physical thing, which is I make a fist, and the other one is like a verbal thing, because it's the two that makes it powerful. So I just go yes anytime anything great happens, right? And that means in the future I can pull that trigger when I want to fire myself into a resourceful state if I'm not feeling up for it.
So that's why you keep topping it up, because otherwise does it just like wear off?
Stacking, it's just stacking all the
Yeah.
states in your neurology. So that's one way to talk about Pavlov's dogs. There's another key bit, if I remember though, in that chapter.
Oh, is it about
dogs,
helplessness? Learned
which is
helplessness.
Learned helplessness, where again,
Yeah.
they got some dogs and did an
There were
experiment.
different dogs this time.
Yeah, different.
It was a guy called Dr. Martin Seligman from the University of Pennsylvania.
But can
if
we-
you want
can-
to look it up.
Yeah, can we train these dogs to learn to be helpless, and how long would it take? And it took 3 or 4 times, and then the dog never tested that it could do the thing that it could do because it learned that it couldn't, right? But the fact, how long does it take? If it takes 3 or 4 times with a dog, how long does it take with a human being, Curly?
Well, I suspect not very long.
One!
One.
So
Oh, that
they
is
did
not
an
long.
experiment. They always get students, don't they?
Yeah.
Stuffed him in a room, these students, didn't tell them what the experiment was about, right? There were 2 or 3 doors to this room. They very loudly locked the doors on the students. Then they pumped in this really aggressive white noise. It's like almost made your ears bleed. It's and like a couple of people tried the doors, couldn't get it. Everybody sat down really miserable. And that told them how long they were going to leave them in there. And then they very quietly unlocked all the doors. And not one person got up and tried the doors again.
Not again. No.
So as a metaphor, again, what have you maybe in the past might have been true that you couldn't do something, but isn't true anymore. For example, the one we get all the time in the workshop is, I've got a lousy memory. I can't present without notes and slides.
Yeah, and people just use that as an excuse.
And just
don't
use it as
they?
an excuse
Yeah.
because they're not consciously aware of the fact that it's just a limiting belief. It's just something that they've learnt to be helpless about. And they've probably got a stimulus response thing going on as well, because somebody, think, if you ask me to do that, I'll never be able to do it because I can't remember it. And so they're not in the right state to remember anyway, because learning's about being curious and being open to stuff and all that, right? So, if you want to know more, go Google Pavlov's dogs or come on a workshop. I'll see there.
You'll definitely find out more doing that. Bye for now.